Immediately when I heard this sample, I thought of like a NASCAR, a little darky type vibe. Right away, first thing I wanted to get into was cutting the sample up. So I took kind of the middle part of the sample and used it as the intro. So that kind of like piano chord stab. And then the main part of the sample, which is that really, really annoying screechy sound. Chopped a little part of it up, pitched it down a few semitones, and then I put it in my mixer and I added a slow triplet on gross beat. A little bit of EQing, and it came out like this. A lot less annoying than when you first heard it. But from there, you know, obviously the next step was getting the 808 right. So I pulled up a good 808. It's insano 808. And then I went and I put that into my mixer, added a good little EQ to it, added some wave shaper. Again, I put that wave shaper all the way up to give maximum distortion. Added some soft clipper, and then fast distort, but I only put it a quarter of the way on. Mind you, I EQ'd this a certain way because there's two 808s. I took out the sub and left this space open for another 808 to give it more bass. So that sounded like this. And again, like I said, I didn't feel like I had enough bass, so I added another 808, which sounded like this. All together, they sounded like this. Bet. So we really got the basis for the beat right there. I think the next thing, next most important thing is just to add the other percussion elements. So from there, boom, right here, we pulled up a snare. You know, something real crispy. And then, you know, again, just a simple 4 to the floor snare pattern. Then from there, I added a kick. Me personally, I like to throw the kicks in to give the beat a little more bounce, but I always, not all the time, most of the time, make sure the kick and the 808, they don't hit at the same time. I usually like to put my kicks, again, there's no rules to music. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. But for the kicks and the 808s, I usually do not like to let them hit at the same time. So threw in that kick, and that sounded like this. Again, I just did something basic, real basic. I really like this hat because to me it felt a little bit more dirty. It didn't feel as crisp as the other hats. It just seemed to fit the vibe of the beat a lot more. From there, also with the hat, I added an open hat. Open hats at the same time with the kick give the beat a little bit more of a bounce to it. But all together, it sounded like this. And again, that's really it. There's not, I feel like this is one of those type of beats that if you overdo it, it's gonna sound terrible. So you wanna keep it real basic. Simple beats usually do the best, and structuring the beat, it needed something a little bit more. So I found this little Mud Bubbles samples offline. It kind of sounded like this. It was in a free sample pack. And then I just put that in the beat in the drop. So as you can see in structuring the beat, we got the intro right here. We got the main part of the sample, and then it does cut out and just let the 808s play. If you listen to A lot of the artists I said in the beginning, especially like NASCAR, that sometimes the 808 and the percussion will just play and the sample will cut out. 666 Elite is a great producer. Shout out 666 Elite. He does that a lot in his beats as well. There are certain parts of this beat when I structured it that the lower 808 does not play. I'll turn down the volume on the 808s and then turn it up at certain parts to make it hit harder when I want it to drop again. Threw my tags on there. Everything is mixed. I'm not an engineer, so I'm not gonna go into all mixing and shit like that. I probably fuck up a lot of my mixes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Follow me on Instagram at Bobby Dee on the beat. But yeah, here's the full beat. Peace.
Bobby Dee.